Powell said he will not leave his post even if you ask him to. Will you try to replace Jerome Powell?
No, I don't think so. I don't see it. But I think if I told him to, he would. But if I asked him to, he probably wouldn't. But if I told him to, he would.
You don't have plans to do that right now?
No, I don't.
President-elect Trump telling NBC's Kristen Welker he doesn't currently plan to fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Trump was also asked about how his tariff policies might impact prices for American consumers. Take a look.
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow. But I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries, but in particular China. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars, and we had no inflation.
Let's bring in right now the co-anchor of CNBC's Squawk Box, the New York Times column, Senator Ross Sorkin, also NBC News senior business analyst and host of the 11th Hour, Stephanie Ruhle. Andrew, I'm curious what you're hearing from Wall Street and also from Trump economic advisors. You know, what I hear on the inside regarding, for instance, mass deportations, that a lot of what he's saying right now is just sort of an opening line for opening negotiations with Democrats. And he wants to focus really on the criminals, the violent criminals. On tariffs, I'm wondering what you're hearing economically. Is all this talk of tariffs that obviously would cripple the economy? Is there a belief on Wall Street that that's like his opening bargaining position with foreign countries, or do they believe he's actually going to go through with these massive crippling tariffs?
No. I'm hearing all the same things you are, and it's what we've been talking about throughout the campaign and beyond now, which is that the expectation is that Wall Street believes, and most of the business community believes, that these are going to be used as a negotiating tool. Now, the question is, if you tell people that they are just a negotiating tool and they're not more than that, actually, how much leverage do you have as a negotiator? But I think right now, most of the business world thinks that's how they will be used. And then the question is how far President Trump will get when it comes to, trying to persuade, Mexico and Canada and China of some of his priorities. The other question is, how many of those priorities are going to be, quote, economic priorities versus maybe other priorities, for example, around immigration and the like, fentanyl and the like. So I think there's going to be sort of a real push-pull here going on. But the truth is that, if in fact the tariffs were going to be as bad as some of the worst folks had, not worst folks, but the sort of worst predictions had been made, the markets would be in a very different place than they are today.
Stephen, I'm going to ask you what you're hearing from Wall Street insiders, business insiders attached to the Trump inner circle on tariffs. Are these negotiating tactics, or are we really going to see massive, crippling tariffs that would hurt American consumers?
I do not think, from what I'm hearing from my sources, we're going to see blanket tariffs across the board. One of the main reasons Donald Trump loves tariffs, they're the one thing he can do that he doesn't need congressional approval. It is the way to choose winners and losers. So when people are saying, why are all these business leaders going down there and seeing him? Justin Trudeau ran down there. It's because Trump can decide who's going to face tariffs, but more importantly, here's where the exceptions are going to be, right? So he has this period of time where everybody's going to go down there, do their dog and pony show, and he'll get to make these decisions. I don't see him making any blanket changes. Here's why. The economy is doing very well. It's why he also answered to Kristen Welker, no, he's not going to look to get rid of Jay Powell. That could change if suddenly things were different in the economy, but the economy is doing very well. He also said that before COVID, he presided over the greatest economy ever. He didn't. He inherited Barack Obama's very strong economy, and that was a good thing. What came out of COVID is we faced extraordinary inflation, as did the rest of the world, and we had a very strong economic recovery. But I don't see Donald Trump making any massive changes because things are going very well.
That's